Liv Warfield can currently be seen in Cabaret Zazou, Luminaire, one of the greatest shows here in Chicagoland, currently playing at the Cambria Hotel. She's also recorded and performed with Prince and the New Power Generation. And coming up on February 7th, Liv is performing her show with her band at Cabaret Zazou. And we're so happy to be chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So not only are you in the show, you performed with Prince, but you're from Peoria. You're from Illinois.
I'm from Peoria. Yes, my hometown. Yes, hometown. Yes, I love Peoria, and I've been in Chicago for about 5 or 6 years now. But Peoria, it's home for me. I'm an Illinois girl, so I'm happy to be back. Really.
As far as Cabaret Zazou, I mean, do you still have family in Peoria? Have they come see the show?
Absolutely. They've come to the show. They love the show, like absolutely love it. And I've actually had a lot of people from the Peoria community come up to see the show too. So it's been nice at the very end of the night when they do the applauses. I see people like, oh yeah, Peoria, they scream Peoria. And then people at the very end, I meet some of the people. So it's really nice. It's super nice.
That is awesome. Tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about what Cabaret Zazou is like for people who haven't seen it, because you see the posters all across town.
Yeah.
Everyone's social media feed. I mean, not a day goes by where someone is not at the show or is getting ready for the show
Yes.
or had just bought tickets to the show. I mean, so a lot of people are talking about it, but if maybe you haven't seen it, tell us a little bit about what it's like.
Well, Cabaret Zazou is like a variety show, right? So imagine it's like Cirque du Soleil meets this amazing comedic actor named Frank Ferrante, world-class jugglers, trapeze artists, contortionists, James Harkness, who's also a Broadway phenom. He was actually in Temptations. And it's just this amazing overload energy and it's amazing storyline of like dinner and like cabaret. Sometimes it's hard to explain because as soon as you go up in that place, you're kind of like, it's your own story, it's your own world that you want to build. And we do that for you. So everybody's on the edge of their seats. It's such an amazing, mind-blowing experience. Cause I don't want to compare it to like, some people will say it's kind of like the Cirque du Soleil experience. I can understand that, but it's way cooler and just the energy is amazing.
And
Amazing.
also like that spot, there's nothing like it in Chicago.
No,
I mean, so like
there
just once
isn't.
you walk in the door, you're like, this is going to be an experience I'm never going to forget.
Well, let's talk about that. It's on the 14th floor of the Cambria Hotel, first off. And they've got this over 100-year-old circus tent inside the 14th floor of the hotel. It's as soon as you walk in, the atmosphere is incredible. Like it's just the ambiance is beautiful. So people need to come and experience it in whichever way they should. And people come back quite a bit. They see it once and they keep coming back. And it does that to you. It really does. It does.
Oh, exactly. It's a wonderful show. It's not only,
Thank
I've been
you.
there several times, and when you're mixed with tables and the people you're talking to them, people
Yeah.
next to you, it's people who are locals who make it their date night, but it's a lot of people who come in from out of town, and this is the reason like they're coming out to
Yeah.
see it. So it's cool to get that mixture of people to come see the show.
Yeah, you do. It is a lot of mixture of people. And I think that's the one thing that the tent, for me, that it holds is this amazing energy of leaving the outside world the outside, and then you come in here and everybody's just one, laughing together, eating the best food, I must say, the best food. So it's like a four-course dinner. So it's I'm trying to think of the right word.
It's an experience.
It's an experience, but it's also I'll find the word, but it's an experience. Yes, yes, yes.
And then on February 7th, you're going to be performing with your band. Tell us a little bit about how this came about and what we can expect on that night.
So I asked Cabaret Zazou and if they would let me come and do a show here, and I'm sure it's nerve-wracking for all of us, but they were like, yes, Liv, that would be no problem. If you want to do it, we could do it here in the tent. Whatever you want to imagine up in your mind, we could do this at the show. And I was like, amazing. Because that's one thing that I do love about the Cabaret Zazou is just our community. It's a community, it's an arts community, all of us in there. So they support that within all of us. So they're like, you want to do your show? All right, so February 7th, here you go. I'm going to be doing some aerial in the show that I do actually do in the Cabaret Zazou currently now. But I'm excited to bring my band. They're from all over. I've gotten Nichelle Holloway. She's a local vocalist and guitar player that's going to be singing with me too. So it's going to be some high energy, amazing storytelling. I just want people to be in the now and just enjoy and have a good time. Yeah.
That's awesome. Your own music, and we're going to get some covers as well too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely some covers. Some definitely people will recognize a couple of really cool fun ones.
Prince, tell me a little bit about connecting with him and in your time
Mhm.
performing and how, people, his fans inspired you, and so your time with him inspired
Mhm.
you that like you still bring a little bit of nugget of something like that every time you perform.
Oh, Prince is my everything. Um, he allowed me, I shouldn't speak for everybody else, but he allowed me the chance to just be a part of his world for those 8 years that I was with him. And I learned so much. I soaked up so much because when I became part of the band in PG New Power Generation, let me tell you, I was very green. I was very like, okay, we're doing what? I got to play tambourine and what and do all this at the same time. But I guess he saw something that I didn't see for myself. And then you kind of have to be on high alert when he's performing, because when you're up there on stage with him, it's like, my God, it's the most precious moment to me because I gotta remember I'm still singing and performing with him, and knowing that I still have to do and all these notes, but knowing like the energy that he gave off. So I'm super thankful for that. I'm super grateful for him teaching me performance, songwriting, listening to the music, listening to the sound, just being a part of every part of production. Yeah, like there's so much I can't even tell you on this on
We'll
this
send that
Zoom.
one for the next Zoom. Yeah.
Done. Yeah, exactly. But I'm so grateful for him. Like his purple energy is through me, and I'm grateful for that. Grateful.
One of my best nights, best concerts I've ever seen in my entire life,
Mm,
June 30th, 2013, Prince and the New Power Generation at City Winery. And you
yeah.
were there.
Yes. That was
Okay.
crazy. Yes, that was crazy.
So let's I want to talk a little bit about how that night became, because Prince was in town. He was playing Melody Hobson, who's from Chicago, and George Lucas were
Right.
getting married. It was public knowledge that Prince was the entertainment and playing
Yep.
at this wedding. So we're like, oh, that's so cool. George Lucas is getting married in Chicago. Prince
Right.
is here. Like, this is an awesome experience. And for some reason, on social media, it just popped up like, hey, I'm going to do a show after the wedding at City Winery. When was that a last minute decision, or tell me a little bit about getting to go not only go to that wedding, but then knowing you were going to play for an intimate group?
Of course, everything with him, the time was always last minute. I mean, you think like, we're doing 3 hours arena tours, and then he'll come back and say, well, you guys want to play? And we're like, yeah, you know what I mean? Because again, it's kind of like the energy that he gave off. We always wanted to be around the music, so
Yeah.
it's, my sisters, Shelby and Elisa, some of us would come up with doing some of the set lists, and the NPG horns were there. And yeah, it probably went till I can remember some things, but I'm sure it probably went to 4 or 5 in the morning, something like that. I know the tables were all cleared out. I mean, we had a great time, like at City Winery. We really did. We
it
did.
was it was one of those things. I was telling you a little bit before. I was supposed to hang out with one of my friends, supposed to come
Yeah.
over around 5, and then he was running a little late, said, I'll be by in an hour. So I was just scrolling on social media to pass the time, and saw Prince post a message, I'm playing City Winery. And I had like, am I seeing things? Is this happening? Is this a Prince cover band, like, that I'm just getting too excited? Like, what is
Okay.
happening? So I was able to get tickets, and like, had I waited 5 more minutes, I don't think I would have gotten one. And it was just
I'm sure. Yeah.
that spur of the moment of seeing it. And it was like, I think we got there like 2 o'clock in the morning. Obviously,
Yes, it's
we
late.
started, but I know there was no photos allowed in the venue, but if
That's
anyone
right.
happened to take a photo, it would just be me staring like, I can't believe I'm this far away from Prince playing
Yeah.
these like iconic songs and just jamming out. And it was, I will always remember that day.
Yes. I miss those. I miss those days. I miss that energy of like getting a call and be like, okay, you guys, you ready? We're playing at so and so club, and we're not going to start till 2:30 in the morning. I miss that a lot.
But
I just miss the constant creativity, you know. So yeah.
and even one of my friends who had gone to the United Center show was like,
Yeah.
you never knew when the encore was going to stop. Like, the show's
Yes.
finished. And
We
then
didn't either. We would be like halfway out of our show clothes. And then Shelby would say, girl, now you know not to come all the way out of those clothes. Cause I was like, nah, I think he's done. It's like, it's been a minute. And then there'd be like, I don't know, security yelling, like, he's not done. He wants to go back up. We're all like, oh my God. We thought he was finished. And we go up there and oh God, that was the best.
but it wasn't just one, it was like multiple encores. So you had
Multiple. Yes, 100%. Thank you for talking about that and bringing me back to that memory. So
no,
yeah, that's cool.
it's wonderful. It's one of the artists that I grew up with, one of the artists I enjoyed
Okay.
seeing,
Yes.
In concert multiple times, and especially that City Winery gig. I mean, what else
Yeah.
are you going to get a chance to see such an iconic artist in such a small
A small
venue,
space like
small
that,
space? I
right?
mean, that's like Grammy weekend. Maybe celebrities can go
Yeah.
ahead and do that, or
Yeah.
playing for some friends. But like the general public,
Yeah.
that was a once in a lifetime opportunity to go ahead and do that.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, and
100%.
thank you for being in the room with us when when that all was happening.
Yeah. Yes. No problem.
No, but I mean, you're so creative, and the show is so creative, and the music that you bring to us, and I think you have your
Yeah.
own spirit, but I think some of that energy that he definitely, how you said you were very green at the beginning, and he saw something in you
Yeah.
that maybe you weren't aware or weren't what couldn't see that in yourself at that point. But
Yeah.
Prince was like, you got it. That's why he
Yeah.
invited you to be a part of this band, and to look at all this magic that you're creating. You've got your own show now. I mean, this
Oh,
is
bless.
awesome.
Thank you. No, it's definitely Paisley Park Purple University energy that we carry with us all the time. Like I feel like I have a little bit of responsibility to carry some of the energy if he was out there, I always do that. If he's out there in the audience, like I'd want to do the show like he's right there. Like I could probably see him go, if it is right, or like just the moments when he would come up to the side of the stage and like possibly bring his guitar and want to play. That kind of stuff is what I live for. That is what I feel every now and again. I hope to do.
Yeah, well, we love you in Cabaret Zazou, Luminaire, and then
Thank you.
also February 7th, you got to go ahead
Yes.
and check out this show, cabaretzazoo.com for tickets, and much success, and thank you so much for your
Thank
time
you.
today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.